Hello, Colm Ahern. How are you, my friend?
I'm perfectly fine, Adam Cook. How are you?
I'm great. I'm more excited and interested to talk about Kalimba. Is that the right way of saying it?
I believe so, although when I first saw the title, I mispronounced it and I thought it was some form of Columbo tie-in.
Oh, not Calypso, like the or Calippo, the lovely fruity lolly.
Yeah. I was hoping for the detective with the who eats the boiled eggs.
Oh, right, with the wonky eye.
But it's none of those things.
No, this is an Xbox One title, currently in preview phase, and eventually we'll review it, I'm sure. But how is it? What is it? Talk.
So it's thanks. It's a platformer, but it's a platformer with a difference, Adam Cook, because you play basically as two characters. There's a little purple, I don't know, pig-looking thing, and a little green owl-looking thing, and these two characters are actually parts of a totem pole because your world, Kalimba, it's under threat from some shaman. I don't know. Is it the shaman that created the classic Ebenezer Goode song in the early 90s? I'm not too sure. I don't believe so. And I don't know. You must just go around jumping on stuff and collecting things because that's going to save the world, because that is just video games for you. And it at the beginning, it seems like you're just your regular platformer, but then really kind of turns it on its head with some kind of gravity-defying little bits and pieces. So as you're going through the level, you have like two different paths, one on the top and one on the bottom. Not all the time, but sometimes. And basically, you must, one of your characters will be going through one path, another, the bottom character will be going through the bottom path, obviously. And every time you jump, like whatever movement you make, the two characters will do the exact same thing. So you have to try and keep track of both characters' kind of areas, because one of them may have a hole right in front of them, the other mightn't, and if you're watching the guy who doesn't, the other guy will fall in it and then you'll die and kind of go back a little bit. It's not that punishing in terms of how far it'll kind of put you back.
It sounds really familiar, and I can't place why. I can't think what it is reminding me of. You talking about it like that?
Well, there's a not very well known game. Can you remember Ib and Ob?
Yeah, but I never played that. This is something else I'm trying to think of. It's the idea that you're controlling two people at the same time. I mean, I suppose Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, does that, but it's not that kind of game.
No, and this is actually good.
What did you not like Brothers? Oh, we're not.
I thought it was too awkward, but this actually works. And the way and another kind of element, like it's constantly kind of changing things up throughout levels to really fuck with your head, Adam. And it becomes very.
I do like my head being fucked.
Do you know what it does? It really frustrates you, but in the same way that a Super Meat Boy frustrates you. Because well, hang on, they're very different games, but in the same sense that you will get frustrated, but it's your own fault because you're not paying attention. And the more you get frustrated, you'll slip up more. You're just like, okay, take a deep breath and just try and approach this and just have a look at your surroundings, be a bit more careful and whatnot. Because there is another element to it, like what's the name of the game? Outland or Ikaruga or
different. You can change colours to be able to access different parts or fit. I mean, that one, the colours like blue kills red, sort of thing.
Effectively, because one of your fellas, as I said, is green, the other guy is purple. So there'll be sections that are just purple, and if you go through them as the green guy, he'll die, and if you go and vice versa. So you can switch the characters too. So if one of them is on top, one of them is on the bottom, you can switch them to basically get through different areas. And then there's another thing as well, where, as I said to you, there's this kind of gravity. With this kind of weird kind of gravity type thing where it'll pull the characters together, right? So how do I describe this? So say your character on the top part of the level, he's just walking on the ground as normal, but your character on the bottom part of the level will be walking on the ceiling. So effectively they're kind of their feet are touching if it wasn't for the piece of ground between them. And if you press a button, the gravity will switch, and the top character will be on his ceiling, and the bottom character will be on the ground. It might be a little bit. It's probably more easier for our viewer who is probably seeing this on their screen to actually understand what I am saying.
It sounds, first of all, it sounds kind of like a more advanced technical version of Thomas Was Alone. But it also sounds, you called it a platform game, and it sounds like a puzzle game to me. But it just happens to be the way you move the characters is via platforming.
Well, that's the thing. At first it just seems like your kind of elementary platformer, and then it kind of changes things up because it's a good platformer. Don't get me wrong, and the controls are quite tight. But those added elements are definitely what kind of really will sell people on this idea. We only had access to the first world, but there's also a boss in the first world, and the boss is done really well also, kind of utilizing all the things that the game has taught you throughout the previous, whatever it is, 5 or 6 levels. It's I have high hopes for this. I think this is going to be kind of an unsung hero, because I believe it's coming out in the very late December,
December the 17th on Xbox One. It'll be $9.99 with a PC version coming in January 2015. I think I called the game the wrong name. It's called Kalimba. Is that what I called it?
Yeah, you called it Kalimba.
Because it was originally known as Project Totem, apparently. Which, does that make sense?
It does, yeah, because your two characters are like part of a totem pole,
right?
And there are other little bits to this as well, other than just the stages you're going through. There are kind of secret kind of bonus levels that once you actually unearth them in the actual game itself, then they're open to you on the main menu screen, which they're fun little kind of distractions, if you will, but the main meat of the game itself is really good. Really solid.
Apparently, it's got co-op, but I'm guessing you haven't been able to test that.
Haven't been able to test the co-op, sadly, which I believe the co-op kind of doubles everything. So rather than
you're controlling one and they're controlling the other.
I'm not entirely too sure, but I believe it's like your double jump will become like a quadruple jump, and it kind of goes a bit mental. I again, sadly, didn't get to have a mess around with that.
Because this is by Press Play, who made the Max and the Curse of the Brotherhood. Well, the Max, the Magic Marker, Max and the Curse of the Brotherhood games.
It is, yeah. I never actually got to play any of the
I liked the original one on iOS, but I wasn't a big fan of the Xbox One version. It wasn't bad. It did nothing for me. Whereas this looks, I don't know. It seems weird to say has more personality, because it theoretically should have less because they're not characters. But I don't know. It looks more up my alley, you know.
And I think it's definitely one for people to keep their eye on as we near the release date.
Yeah, which is, as we said, is December 17th on Xbox One, with PC to follow in January 2015. Well, so that's Kalimba, or what we've played of Kalimba, or what rather Colm's played of Kalimba. Do please remember to like the video if you like it, because we don't want people liking it if we don't like it, do we? Or do we? Just like it.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. No, just like it, yeah.
Okay, and obviously hit that subscribe button, because that's really important to us. And, tell us what you think in the comment section below. And do follow Colm at Colm_Ahern, and myself at GBSF, and of course, the most important one, at God is a Geek. So, thanks Colm for your time.
Thank you, Adam.
And keep a close eye on Kalimba, out December 17th. Thanks for watching. Bye.